Yes.
Hello and welcome back to Black Hair in the Big Leagues, you guys. I'm so excited. I get to meet a new friend today, and already her spirit is, oh man, she's a warm one. Her spirit, I am so excited to talk to her and to get to know her. If you could see what I could see right now, her smile is just lighting up the entire room. So before we get started, I do want to say we're giving some love to Six the Musical today. Um, if you haven't already, episode 16, way back when, that might have still been in 2020, y'all. I sat down with Ms. Adriana Hicks and Britt Mack. And so drop on by and check that one out. I've not mentioned that in a long time. And they spit some truth, y'all. And while you're at it, hop on over to the Salisha Show and check out episode 2 with Abby Mueller. But today we're giving some swing love. We've always loved our swings, and swings have always been the backbone of shows. And a lot of time has been a thankless job. But I finally swung for my first time, and I'm like, okay, she's a journey. And she's a journey. And so, the queen who we're talking to today, when she is on, she's not just swinging second tree from the left. When she is on, even though we love second tree from the left, but when she is on, she is only a leading lady. So help me welcome. We've got she's a Ball State University alum who made her Broadway debut in the hit musical, Six the Musical. Please put your hands together and help me welcome Keirsten Nicole Hodgens. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning. I'm good. Drinking my coffee on my day off, ready to have some good discussion with my good sis.
Yes.
I'm having a great morning. It's not that sunny outside, but we can bring the sun in here.
You know what? It's already in here. The sun is already it's in the room, honey.
Yes.
I am so excited to talk to you. And also, today's a Wednesday for those who are listening. Your day off is Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Has it always been like that at 6? Or is that a new thing?
Yes. Since we started, our day off has been Wednesday. I think it's going to shift. I want to say at the end of May. But yeah, it's been Wednesday, which has been kind of nice. It's weird, and the long weekends are hard, but it still allows us time to go and see other shows for right now, which has been nice because no one else is off on Wednesday, so we get to go see shows and on Mondays.
I am so here
on Wednesdays when people still have shows.
And I feel like everybody has shows on Wednesday, so the options are plentiful.
Except for 6.
Okay, so Keirsten, let's get into it. How has it been? I want to hear about your Broadway debut. Is it what you expected? Is it tell me how you're feeling about all of it.
I don't really know I don't even know if I had any expectations, to be honest. It all just kind of happened so quickly. I was supposed to start rehearsals for 6 the Monday after the shutdown happened. So that was my last week. I was on tour. With Jesus Christ Superstar.
You talking 2020?
Yes. Oh. And that was my last week on tour. And I was supposed to start, I think it shut down on a Wednesday or Thursday. And I was supposed to start rehearsals that following Monday. And then the shutdown happened. So I was in between, in this weird place in between these two jobs. And I was looking so forward to, making my Broadway debut. But then so much time went by. And it kind of got further and further away from me. And then when it happened, it just was kind of like a whirlwind, because everything, the entire world was in just such a different place, when everything started back up again. And so it happened. I feel like I was feeling like some kind of like shock value. Like I couldn't believe it. In a sense, it just felt, I don't want to say like anything, but it was just like so great to just be back in theater. And I just didn't know what to expect from being back in, back in my place of work, let alone it being on Broadway. So
Right. Right.
yeah,
Where are
so
you
it's just,
based? Like before, I mean, you live in New York now, you're performing on Broadway, right? Um,
yes.
where are you from? Have you always been here? Were you from somewhere else?
I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. After I graduated from college, I went to Chicago, and I lived in Chicago for 3 or 4 years, and then I moved to New York, and then booked tour and left. Well, I was here for what, like 6 months, and then I went on tour, and so I never really got. I don't think I got like a true New York experience really,
I
because then I
feel
ended up
that.
going on tour, but now I'm back living here, so I feel like now I'm like actually New York based.
You know what? I love that. We're very different stories, but some similarities in there with moving to the city and then moving out right away for tour. And from what I remember from tour, those houses on the road are can be very big.
Huge.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, right. Exactly. So when you said performing on Broadway was like kind of like, oh, okay, well, I'm back in the theater, but it accepted that it's Broadway. What did you expect it to feel so intimate? Does it feel intimate to you compared to the road? What do you think?
Yes, and even also aside from the road, there, I mean, with the exception of places like um like Steppenwolf or a few smaller theaters in Chicago. Even the theaters in Chicago are huge, like the Paramount, like Drury Lane, like even just the regional theater in Chicago. Those houses are insane. So like I actually was so surprised, like when I saw my first like Broadway show. Like when I saw my first show was The Color Purple, the revival, right? I didn't listen. I
Nice.
didn't grow up being able to afford to come to New York, to afford to see Broadway,
Yeah.
elitist, but that's a conversation for another
Uh-oh.
day. But I
Uh-oh.
was surprised. And also I saw my friend Kayla. I saw waitress in the Brooks Atkinson. And I was like, this theater is like so small compared to like,
Right?
all of the other theaters that, yes, on tour, but also like that I was working at in Chicago. So yeah, I was surprised at how small and kind of like much more intimate it was.
Yeah. I feel like the Broadway theaters, they're so old. Most of the theaters are so old
Yeah.
and so intimate. But before you went on for the first time, like you got back in the show, like officially you're settled in, whatever. Did you have notice? Did you know that you were going on? What was the first track you went on for? How did
Oh
you?
my God. So I am first cover for Captain Parr. And
Great.
I, coming into the show, and everybody had like already known it, everybody needed a refresher when we got back for sure. Not from not doing it for a while, but learning the show, like I've never been a swing before. I've never done a show quite like this before. So it took a lot of adjusting for my brain. It was very difficult. I was very nervous. I had so many moments where I was like, I don't know if I can do this. Like,
Yes, I
all the
do
things.
know.
And be, I was like, I can't make it through one track. How am I gonna learn two more? And when is that gonna happen? So yes, girl. So I finally, I've started to feel solid, but it's like you never true until you go on and you do it for that first time. You can practice all you want to, you can go over things, you can know it, but until you're on that stage and in that space
Yes.
and it just you click go, you just never know how it feels or what it's like. So funny story, my mom couldn't come to opening night because she is a badass and she's taken over old Victoria's Secret in our downtown mall in Indianapolis and has turned it into this space for a bunch of Black owned businesses. There's at least 20 businesses in there. So she had the grand opening of her store.
What?
Yes, she's she's tight. So if you're in Indianapolis, go visit the She Experience inside of Circle Center Mall and fulfill all your Black-owned business desires.
Wow.
Yes. So
Keep going.
we're gonna say
So
something. So she had her opening of her store the same weekend of opening night, so she couldn't come, but she had already booked a flight to come the following weekend. And so, because she just wanted to be around and just like, to come see the show and to be super, just to be supportive. And so I found out she got in Saturday, and I found out Friday night that I was going to be in both shows on Saturday. And so when she landed, she got to see my Broadway debut. And it was her first Broadway show too. Oh. She had never seen a Broadway show before. And so when she landed, she got to come and see me. So it was just a special moment because I was so nervous. Look, it's making me tear up.
Me too.
Because I was so nervous and I had a lot of imposter syndrome. And I was just like, oh my God, this is my first time doing this. I'm actually on Broadway. Like even still walking to 47th Street, it still doesn't seem real some days. Yes. But I saw her because she was the only little Black lady. And she, my mama, listen, dresses. Okay, she had this bright orange dress on, and I could just see her even through her mask, just like beaming. And she was just so happy. And so
Keirsten.
Yeah, so I had a beautiful debut. Like it literally could not have been better because one, I had some notice. I didn't find out last minute. Nice. And my mama got to be there, so that was pretty special.
So special that I feel like when you're a swing, sometimes it's so unpredictable. In fact, especially during COVID, it mostly is unpredictable. And your friends can't really plan it. I think it could be easier. I've not swung on Broadway yet, but it could be easier when you're stationed in New York and your friends are here. It's like they're just down. They can be just down the street. But if you're out of town or on the road, it's unpredictable. And the fact that your mom could be there.
What are the chances? Like flying in from Indianapolis, how does that even, how does that happen? So
I don't know if you believe in God.
Listen,
that sounds like not a coincidence to me.
In divine timing, okay? I believe in it, and it all, I was sad that she wasn't able to experience that Broadway opening night with me, but everything divine timing, everything happened in the way that it needed to.
Were you on that opening night that she was going to come?
No.
Exactly. So this is way better. Listen. The first time she saw a Broadway show, her baby is on that stage.
Yes.
There's nothing like that.
And let me tell you, after the show, I saw her after the show, and she had her whole row of people outside waiting with her. And she's like, she brought the whole row. We're not allowed to do stage door, nothing like that. She said, okay, Keirsten, come on. I told them you was my daughter. Can you just take a picture? And I was just like, not you brought your whole
the row,
like her section. She brought her VIP section from the theater outside.
Shut up right now.
She was so excited.
I told him you was my daughter. Can you just
exactly. That's exactly. She said, she said, come on now. I told her, come on. You can just take one picture.
Mama.
Please. But she was so happy. She was so excited. So
it's literally amazing. And I wish I could hang out with you because I just feel like outside of this interview, because you just seem so down to earth and so cool, and your mom, you made me think of my parents almost getting me fired from Disneyland because they did the same freaking thing. They're like, that's our daughter. I'm like, that's not how Disneyland works. You spoiling the magic. I come out in a wig cap, in a ball cap, you gonna get me fired for having taken pictures. Listen.
No, it's like, come on, let's just go. But and everybody's so happy, and they so happy, and they just so proud. I'm like, Mom, I can't make an exception for your VIP list. For your friends that you done made talking about them. That's my daughter.
Right. How do you feel about the stage door? How is it going right now? Do you guys do stage door? Are you able to bring people backstage again, or is it still shut down because of COVID?
Yep, everything is still shut down. There's no one is even allowed in the building without, because we get tested. I think we're still at 3 times a week. And so there's a lot of testing going on. We're not allowed to sign playbills. It's so strange how things have evolved, because now
Yeah.
it's just turned into like, people still are out there waiting, and they will wait, and it's like we wish that we could take pictures and, sign things and stuff, but it's turned into people just like making
Waving.
videos, as in waving, and just like taking videos as we come in. We're just like, hi, like, thank you all for coming. It's definitely not as intimate, or, yeah, it's
Yeah.
just it's not the same.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's also interesting too, though, because sometimes I think about it, and I think about what that would look like again. Because I mean, when I tell you I haven't done a stage door in, I feel like in so long, and what that would feel like, taking that time, because I just saw this tweet the other day where someone received an email. I believe that he's in, or that they, I'm sorry, I don't know, I can't remember their pronouns, but I think they're in Ann Juliet on the West End. I could be wrong, but there was a tweet circulating about somebody who received an email from a fan saying that, we came all this way, or, like, we wanted to see, we waited so long to see this, and then you didn't even do something at the stage door, or something, like the entitlement, you know what I'm saying? And people are,
Wow.
that is, we're not required to do, we've given a part of ourselves already, we're just not required to do things like that. And so,
Yeah.
like, it makes me think now that with how things have evolved, like what that looks like doing stage door and taking the time to, some people, you want to get home, think about how this is preserving people's voices, how you
Yes.
kind of just get to, do your show,
Yeah.
wind down, and kind of just say hello and acknowledge everyone, and, thank everyone for coming, and then go.
Honestly, Kirsten, I was thinking about that. I was like, I think I just saw MJ the musical the other night. And when the actors were coming out, I'm like, okay, so I feel two different things here because I always have done stage door. I will
Yeah.
talk to everybody. I don't even care if they're not out there for
Uh-huh.
me. I will sign. I'll ask you about your best friends, all the things. But then I'm also home at 1 a.m. Like,
you feel
okay,
like, so I'm
okay.
thinking about that.
Right? And then to
Yeah.
watch them, like, no stage door is allowed. They're walking out. I'm like, oh, they just get to go home.
Yes.
I mean, but it goes both ways because
It
sometimes you want to
does.
acknowledge everybody and feel
You
the love and
do.
give love, and they waited. But also, if you
Uh-huh.
live in Jersey or you gotta commute, my commute's like an hour.
Brooklyn, hello on a Sunday.
I right, right,
Yeah.
exactly. So I do.
It's a tricky thing, and it's, but that's just a thought that had crossed my mind. I was like, oh my goodness, I wonder how late
Mm-hmm.
people would get home, like if
Uh-huh.
they were taking the time. And and let me tell you, the Queendom does not play about this show. They're
I,
turning up. There's
honey,
so many times they've opened that door, and it has been snowing outside, and people are still standing up because they want to
Kirsten,
see their queens. Hello. And it's like,
Kirsten.
I cannot believe that you are, oh my, and
You
it's
knew
stuff
that
like
though
this, like,
before this
hello.
came. Before this show came, we already knew. Backstage at Beautiful, somebody turned on one Six song. This was like 2019, maybe even before that. Somebody turned on a Six song, and everybody in the whole dang dressing room simultaneously knew the words, every word, except for one girl. And she was like, what did I miss? What did
Right.
I miss?
Oh my goodness.
People just know it's a thing. It's a thing. It's a thing.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Can you tell me? I saw somewhere that you made history. What happened? What'd you do? What happened?
So, okay. So I we thought that it was this thing where I was the first person of color to play Jane Seymour. It later came out that that is not true, that there's an actress by the name of Courtney Stapleton who and I believe this is what you're talking about. I haven't made history no other way, you know. I'm just here living my life like everybody else. But
you're gonna be laughing at that in 20 years when you're like, oh wait, actually.
Right. Listen.
Yes. You're
So
an
Courtney
icon
Stapleton,
in the making, Keirsten. Go on.
listen,
you can go on.
I'm just outside. I'm just,
You out in these streets.
I'm just doing my best. I'm just outside,
I see you.
So Courtney Stapleton was an alternate in over on the West End, and I believe that she was actually the first person to do it. But I mean, if it's worth anything, I was the first. I'm the first black person of. I'm a little person of color. I'm the first black person to do it on Broadway, and the first black person to do it in the principal costume. We don't have any alternate costumes. I got up there in my black and white and sang Heart of Stone, and
how was it?
I felt like I was making history for me. It was. It was wonderful. It was a great feeling. I think that might be one of my favorite ones to do.
Really?
Yeah. And come on. The way that Abby
don't get me started.
Friday, stream it, listen to it, you'll feel it. She is a vocal technician.
It's stupid. Her voice is stupid. Yes.
I mean, praise and worship. If you listen, when I listen to Abby sing Heart of Stone, I mean, honestly, it make you throw your hands up in the air. You just gotta, her throat is anointed. Okay, it feels like worship.
It does. It does. A tear always pops out of my eye when I hear her sing. It's so.
Yeah, it's just different, and it just you don't think it can even get any better. It just gets better.
I would love to see you in that role. So you cover Parr, Eric,
Jane Seymour, and Anna of Cleves.
And Anna of Cleves. Oh my God,
so different and fun.
Okay, wait. So I have to ask: are you wigged? Do you wear your own hair? How do you feel about all the things?
I am wigs for Jane Seymour. Hello, baby. That is a custom lace frontal unit.
Shut up,
and you cannot tell me that I'm not living my best black Karen life when I am up there as Jane Seymour. Okay, you can't tell me nothing. Henry, get my hair done. Okay, Henry. He kept my shit laid, okay?
Oh my gosh.
A fresh blowout with my crown on when I'm on for Jane Seymour. And then when I'm on for Parr, there were talks about me having a piece that was similar to the texture of Anna's hair, Anna Uzela, and I said, yeah, no, that's really not me at all. It had taken away all of the strength that I have built up in learning Parr. I was like, that just doesn't feel like me. So I wear my own hair for Parr, and I wear my own hair for Cleves.
That's great. I'm so happy for that. And they listen to you.
Yeah, and I think that is something that's special about Six is I put that piece on and I took a selfie and I sent it to Lucy Moss, who is, one of the writers and directors. And I said, yeah, nah, this ain't it. Girl, no, and not even because I understand and I also respect, I respect collaboration. And respecting people's visions. So, with Parr, there's lines, there's height, the hair designer had a vision that was very specific. But I'm like, even if we go that route, can we at least have my texture hair?
Right.
Any, I'm not I'm not mixed. That's not the hair. That's not the texture of my hair, So we just got to get closer to it being me. And so we were just like, what?
Wow.
So Lucy was like, no, absolutely, cut that shit. What do you want? Like, what makes you feel you? And I'm like, my locks. Like, that's my strength is in that for this role. So
Yes. Yes. When people, especially people who look like you, see you on that stage, Keirsten.
That's what keeps me going, truly, honestly, seriously. That's all I think about.
Yes.
When I'm on stage, that's so special to me
Uh,
to
how
advocate for that.
how long have you had your locks? Have you always?
I'm trying to remember. No, I haven't. I started
They
it.
look great.
Thank you.
I love the shaved on the side.
Thank you. Yeah, I just try to do something. So for JCS, I had my sides shaved, but I had similar color and like dimension and stuff, but it was just like it just wasn't locked. I just like had a short, like real cute haircut. But I got during the pandemic, y'all couldn't go and get a haircut. I got sick. My color had started growing out. I was sick of looking at myself looking crazy. I literally one day got up and I just went. I was so bored. We couldn't do nothing. I'm sure I had some liquor too. And I just went and just started. I just twisted my hair. I said, I'm gonna start this lock journey. And I want to say it's been a year or so.
Wait.
Now,
You did it yourself? Is that?
yes.
No.
Yes. I do
What?
hair. That's what I was trying to figure out, like what, yes, I think it's really a coincidence because I didn't know if you knew anything about like me doing hair, like me being on payroll for hair on Jesus Christ Superstar.
What? Wait,
yes.
No, I did not know this. This is why we touch on this
Divine
because
timing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was on payroll. I had to come up with, so it's funny. So my Instagram name is She Speaks Music.
Yes.
I came up with that when I was I don't even know, whenever I first got an Instagram, and it's like been my trademark, and I'm like sticking to it. Like I joined an interior design course, and so I coined She Speaks Interior on Instagram, and then I had to come up with a name to like put on my invoices on the tour, and so it was She Speaks Hair, and I just like had a pair of like shears and She Speaks Hair. I had to come up with this whole thing.
How long have you done hair?
Since I was very, very, very little. I had like little mannequin heads, and I would fry the hair off the.
No.
And I had the mannequin heads, like the Barbies that was, they hid it. It was up in a ponytail, looked like they had a bunch of hair. You took it down, it was bald in the middle.
Yes.
Yes. So I was playing with it, and what made me do that is I was sick of my mama giving me childish ass hairstyles. Like I feel like when I got older, and I'm talking like 12, 13, I was sick of her putting those barrettes in my hair.
You didn't like the barrettes? I know.
I was just like, it's time for me to, and it's like, it's time for me to, what Celie say, enter into creation. And I said, I need to,
come on.
I just wanted my hair to be different ways. I was sick of waiting for people to do it like I wanted. So I learned it myself.
I am just so, I freaking love you on so many stupid levels, like Keirsten. Oh, how have I not run into you in a hallway somewhere?
I don't know.
He said, what did Celie say? Into creation.
She said it's time for me to enter into creation.
Come on. Okay, wait. So how'd you do your hair when you was 12 or 13? Because that's around the time I was like, you can't tell me nothing. I'm sorry, my camera keeps getting fuzzy. I would straighten my hair all the time. So how was you trying to wear your hair?
Yes, I was straightening it out. You couldn't tell me nothing when I learned how to do a sew-in. I was doing my own sew-ins.
What?
Like
your own sew-ins?
That was my hustle in high school. I would charge girls $40 to do their sew-ins.
In high school?
Yes.
Who taught you how to do a sew-in? Was YouTube even around when we was?
No, that's so crazy. I mean, my mom, she did hair My sister was a beautician for a while. I played around in my Barbies and learned how to braid and stuff. And I learned a way that worked for me to braid my own hair. And then it was just a matter of just like practicing. Girl, we go to the beauty. Now stuff is expensive. People are paying all this money for this expensive hair. No, I remember back in the day, like I'm not, but
back in the day.
When I was younger, like going to the beauty supply and getting a pack of hair, for like $50, and that's what it was, and just sewing it down, getting my first needle and thread, and just practicing on myself, and I started doing it on other people.
And making money on it in high school.
Yes. Imagine that, getting a sewing for $50 these days. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, no. Honey, I feel like Black women with the sew-ins, they'd be like, I can't afford lunch today, but my hair is laid though.
Hello? But I think back on that, sometimes I forget that I was really doing that. And I was doing natural hair too, because I was one of the only people for a while, like back, like in my friend group, who, besides the girls who had, what was considered like really pretty ethnic hair, what kind of hair that was like fetishized, like looser curls.
Those loose curl. Okay, yeah.
The mixed girls, but my coils were tight. I got 4C hair, and it wasn't as acceptable and as popular, when I was a freshman in high school as it is now, when everybody is embracing it, which I love to see. But like at that point, I was having to do natural styles on myself, doing 2-strand twists, braiding and stuff.
I did not know what that stuff was back then. That is so. And also, like, I know, I'm very aware. I'm light skinned, whatever. But my curls, I'm not 4C. But when growing up, I was surrounded by a lot of white kids, and like these curls. I mean, I really embrace my frizz. I love a frizzy moment. It makes it like extra big. But back in the day, like these curls weren't it either. It's just it has to be straight or else.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
When did you?
Yeah, there were some girls that were frying just beautiful hair, just being fried.
Yeah.
Perm.
Yes. Did you ever perm?
I did, and I went back and forth. I had a perm. It was like some of the worst. I look back and like, I just can't believe I did that to myself. But that's just, that was just the way of the world. But I did in middle school, and then towards the end of middle school, going into high school, that's when I cut my hair off and I went natural, and I just like embraced it and just like let it be.
Wait, towards the end of middle school?
Yeah.
I want to meet your family because I sometimes like were they supportive?
Oh, my mom, like that's how I learned how to do, a lot of hair. And yeah, my mom, she let me make the decision. And like I said, like I was natural for a while, and then like it had started to get so long that I wanted to see my length. And instead of just like ironing it out or whatever, blowing it out, I wanted to get a perm again, which, now I regret. But then, you just, hair is hair, and then you can always start over. But yeah, no, my mom, she was the person. She would go back and forth too. I mean, I would tell you, one day she'd have a cute big chop, the next she'd have a perm but like with real short hair, using the real small curlers, like making like, so she did stuff like that. My mom was very supportive, and I grew up listening to, like, we listened to Ledisi, Erykah Badu, like that was the, what I'm saying? That's the, that Afrocentric, like that's the vibe of.
See, what you're describing, I think is really special because I feel like, especially our parents' generation, not everybody is like what your mom sounds like. That's supportive, and it's a blessing. And my hope for the future, Keirsten, is that our generation going forward, we can be that supportive like the generation after us, because it's a beautiful thing. I think I even saw a photo of you and your mom with the same hairstyle, like cut.
And I hope, and listen, and if she listens to this, she likes to listen. She locked her hair after me. She wanted to be like me, so she shaved her hair off. No, but it's so funny because especially now we already look so much alike, but especially now with our hair the same, it's
twins.
It's like truly twins.
Like because you know that black don't crack.
Oh, my mama is about to turn 50, and she'll tell the world. But where? She listen. She looks good.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I obviously we could talk about this forever, and I told you I was going to get you out 5 minutes ago, and I just
no, it's okay.
I'm just so like I think you're awesome.
I appreciate you. I think we just sparked a new friendship.
I think so too.
Abby told me, she said, "Oh my gosh, you're going to love her."
You know,
and I was like, "All right, Abs."
You know, I feel like a lot of things that you have on social media, it's very like black girl magic, like supporting your other sisters out there, and it just feels very like inclusive and cool, and also you're openly queer, is that right?
Yes.
And so versatile. Like you can be super feminine in one shot and just super freaking cool, and like in the next it's very I don't know, it's kind of inspiring.
That's my vibe. Truly. Like that is anybody will tell you, like that's my vibe. I love to throw on a hat. I love the whole like femme mask energy. Like, and I just love to tap into all of that. Like that's truly my vibe.
How is it moving through spaces as a queer woman?
For me, fine, because I don't think that that I present in a way that would make me like feel ostracized. There are other people who I feel like may have different like different answers to that question, but I feel like I just kind of move through. For people don't, my queerness I feel like it's not my blackness. Like when I walk into a room, everybody, I'm really black, but I feel like I don't know, like I don't think that is necessarily a label that people put on me upon just like without knowing who I am. So where I feel like I
would not have known if you didn't like post it, like
you know what I'm saying? So like for other people, I feel like that's just how the world goes and how quickly people are able to put labels on people. And unfortunately, like what those specific labels like look like, what kind of images people have created for, like queer people. But I don't know. I feel I'm okay. I feel safe, and I don't think that is the case for all queer people. I'll put that.
Okay, that's very fair. And also, I think it's kind of cool that you are exactly who you are. You're very comfortable in your skin. That's what it seems like to me. Obviously, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but you seem very confident and comfortable in your skin. And I love that you are where you are, who you are in this time, space, everything. Like your Broadway debut, you are openly all of these things. And I hope that like going forward, that just keeps like continuing to open doors for the people who come after you.
Yes, that's the hope. That's the prayer. Seriously.
How is it walking through spaces as a Black woman, as a Black person, in life or in the Broadway community, however you'd like to answer that?
That's such a like a loaded question, but like I think to sum it up, just always fighting for myself, always fighting for myself, always fighting um for us, always just trying to be a voice, and I don't know, just like always being alert. There's something about Black people, like, where we just always, it's not even necessarily defensive, but we just always have to be ready. I'm just always ready. I stay ready. Stay ready so you ain't gotta get ready.
Can I ask you advice?
Yeah.
Okay, so, and I feel like I've talked to so many people and this comes up and I feel like so equipped and then it happens in the moment. I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? Right. Okay. So, if you experience a microaggression or something that is not cool, we'll just say that, in the moment, are you able to like say something, or like do you need to take a minute and come back? Like, how do you handle it, Keirsten?
That's hard, because for me, I'm a person, I think everybody would say, like, I'm a person, like, I have to, because it will stick in my Virgo mind forever. I need answers. So, like, but for me, sometimes if it's something that happens in the moment, so a lot of times things will happen and it won't be until after the fact that I realize that it wasn't right.
Right. I feel like Will
You
Smith
know?
sometimes. Like, wait a minute, now I'm gonna punch you in the face. Like, wait, it
Literally.
really do be like that. Like, you
know what I'm
laughing
saying?
at first.
So sometimes it'll be like, wait, but actually no. And then I think that there's a after, if in the moment, sometimes when things happen in the moment, like sometimes I just say stuff,
Uh-oh.
not out of pocket or anything, but it just like, I just need to, I said what I said.
I said
Um
what
I
I said.
I said what I said, but if it's something that happens and you and you think about it and stuff, I think that there's a way. Sometimes I almost think that's better, because I also like to articulate exactly what it is that I'm feeling. I never, if I'm gonna, when I say things, and unfortunately, I think that's something that we also have to deal with, where we have to like get where we feel like we need to have things all in order before we can speak our mind without actually freely being able to talk and say things. So like but also that's just how I am as a person anyways. Like I like to articulate exactly what it is that I'm feeling. So sometimes it works in my favor when something out of pocket happens and I'm like,
Uh-oh.
wait, but that wasn't right.
Right.
And I feel this way about it. And this is why I feel that way about it. Now it's time to address it.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Does that make
Yes,
sense?
it does. And Keirsten, what makes you feel seen? And that can be as a Black queer person, as a woman, as whatever. What makes Keirsten Nicole Hodgens feel
What
seen?
makes me feel seen? When I see little Black girls in the audience light up when I'm on that stage in one of those costumes, when I get messages from queer, like non-binary teens and Black queer, um, you know, Black queer kids that will send me messages and tell me thank you for, because sometimes you don't even like, I'm very blessed to have parents my mother, nix the S, but to have my mom who has been very supportive, and it's never been a question, and it's not like that, a lot of the time. So I feel like sometimes, and that's another part of the privilege that I was explaining before, where it's like my queerness has yet to like really work against, has been like a thing that has worked like against me. I feels like a privilege that I have to not just to be seen sometimes in that way off, like first glance. But so sometimes to me that it throws me off, but it makes me feel seen because it's like, oh, like that really affects somebody.
Yeah.
Like they really see a place for themselves by me just openly like living
Yes.
my life. And sometimes
Yes.
I forget that because it seems kind of easy for me and it feels so crazy to say, but it hasn't been that much of a struggle. So that makes me feel seen, and it makes me go even harder because I just want to continue to inspire and to let people know, queer, Black, no matter how you identify, to know that there is a space for you, and that space could be where I am. It's just going to continue to get better. So that makes me feel seen when I when I
Wow.
when I feel like I'm inspiring.
I I feel warm and fuzzy right now.
Oh,
I
that's so.
do.
Oh,
Yeah, I think that you're so awesome, and I'm so happy that you stopped by Black Hair in the Big
I'm
Leagues.
so happy. I was looking so forward to this. Like this is where it's at. These are the vibes.
Oh, Keirsten, you mentioned it during our chat together, but how can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at She Speaks Music, everything spelled the way that it is spelled,
In real
no
life.
extra in real life, no hyphens, no periods, just She Speaks Music. And I think that, I don't know, we'll see how long that stays with me, probably forever.
Okay. All right. Or you can also catch her in Six the Musical.
Yes, where I am occasionally a part of the history mix. Come and see me.
Oh,
I
thank
will
you.
have either died, was divorced, or survived,
Come
depending on the
on.
day.
Come on. Come on. Y'all, Keirsten Nicole Hodgens, thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.